Why are people mad about the VAs? Because they're worse. When you make a remake, the thing about making a remake or a remaster is that everything needs to be better, or else what's the point? We're paying for a game that already exists, so it better be better in every way. Otherwise, we're wasting our money. So everything should be better, and they're objectively worse. That's the problem. Otherwise, they'd be fine. Like, they're not great, but they're not bad. But the fact that they're worse makes it frustrating. I think it's a very small blemish on an otherwise great remake. Other people are like, voice acting bad, worst game ever, deleted off my hard drive. So I would say that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I do agree it's worse. I think it's definitely a problem, but it would be nice if you could at least swap them, because apparently the original voice acting is in the game, because there's like a glitch that makes them say their original lines. So an option just to swap them would have been nice. Either way, it's whatever. Doesn't ruin the game. I don't think it's that crazy, but you have to understand people are more what's the word? More strict about remakes, and they should be. It's a remake. It took them less work to make this than a full release. And granted, it was cheaper. You still have to kind of look at it as they put more work. Yeah, it's what I talk about all the time. Like, if it took more work to do and it was worse, that's when I get frustrated. It took them more work to bring the whole remake crew in and redo all these lines just for it to actually be worse. They could have taken all that money and time and put like some extra missions in the game, or redid the cutscenes instead of just copying over the PSP cutscenes. They could have like redone the cutscenes. Like, there's multiple things they could have done, but instead they decided to use that time and money to do all the voice acting again, and it's objectively worse. So that's like, you know, like, I can understand people looking at that and being like, that's dumb. Does it ruin the game for me? No, but I'm gonna buy a cure just because I might want to master another one. I have a lot of money. But like I said, I can understand people being annoyed by it. I've said this before. I don't really get that hung up about voice acting in general in any game. You know, I played games before where I thought the voice acting was great. Meanwhile, the chat in the comments section are like, this voice acting is so bad, it's so cringy. And I'm like, I think it's pretty good. So, I think I'm in general not very strict on voice acting. I never have been.
Activating combat mode.
But I can understand. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. They had to bring the whole crew in and redo all the voice acting. So it's understandable that people are kind of annoyed that after all that work, it's worse than just keeping the original in. And they could have used all that effort. They could have put in some extra bonus features or, you know, something else.
Conflict resolved.
They could have made the game a bit cheaper. They could have put in extra missions. They could have put in more bonus content. But instead, they did the voice acting. so that's why people are kind of annoyed by it not being great. You know, I don't think that's grounds to boycott the game. I think it's a very small blemish on an otherwise very good remake so far.
The door isn't receiving power. The source is. Zack, open the valve on the lowest level. That should open the door.
You telling me you can't just jump down there, then jump back up here? We just watched you break an entire cannon with your sword and jump up in the air and fly and be a Dragon Ball Z character. You can't just bloop down there? Is there not a ladder? Nope, too hard. Sephiroth's lazy, confirmed. Yo, Yet, welcome back. I think he did, yeah. Zack. You can't just jump down like a foot. Yo, Revenant. Thank you for the raid, my man. How was your stream? Hope you had a good one. Looking for someone to go on treasure hunts with me. How would you like to team up? If you're interested, I want you to prove yourself first. Somewhere out in the fields, there's supposed to be a treasure hidden by Shinra's General Affairs Department. If you manage to find it, I'll let you in. You can get your hands on some really rare items by becoming a treasure hunter. Not a bad deal, is it? No. No, I didn't think so. Good luck. And so it begins. Yo, good to hear, man. We're doing great. Having a fantastic day today. Move to spam folder.
Activating combat mode.
Wow, he jumped me.
Later.
How dare you? That's my move.
Activating combat mode.
It's even the right way. Aha! I see your jump, I raise you a jump. Can I hit this guy with Rush Assault?
Prove your honor to me. I got it.
Yeah, it is important to,
Conflict resolved.
it's important to mention that although the voice acting is objectively worse, there is more of it. They voice acted all the lines that weren't voice acted before. So, that is one point in its favor. Shinra Alpha. Wait. You know, I don't really need this. More attack. This game does make me wonder what happened with 8. But, you know, I don't wonder because all those ports were all... Get them out for a quick buck. That's it.
Activating combat mode.
We are very fortunate that 7 and 9 turned out as good as they are. Because they were always just a make money thing.
Conflict resolved.
That's a shame. It's a shame that Crisis Core gets an amazing remaster, 10 gets a really good remaster, 12 gets a really good remaster, 7, 8, and 9 just get glorified ports, 1 through 6 get pixel remasters that are brutally overpriced. Sad. If 7 and 9 weren't as good as they are, I think
Activating
I
combat
could
mode.
probably say that 1 through 9 all got completely screwed, and they only care about the new games. But luckily, at least we got 7 and 9.
Better run for it! Prove your honor to me. I got it.
Prove your honor to me.
Oh yeah!
Holy crap. Kill the other one too.
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
Oh yeah!
Conflict resolved.
Good work.
Dude, Sephiroth opened that door without even touching it. What a G.
How wretched.
I remember when I played the original, I thought for a moment that this was like the original, you know, actual reactor scene. But I was like, what the heck? They totally botched this. This doesn't look anything like that. Mr. Smiley?
There's a monster inside. Is this where they make the copies?
It was Hollander's experiment. The result was a normal child, which meant he failed. However,
yeah, like I said before, 90% of this game is just setting up Sephiroth for 7, which is why I genuinely really love the story in this game, even though it's not the best pacing-wise, and the script is not the greatest, but like, genuinely what they try to do with Sephiroth in this game is great. And even the retcon, if you want to call it that, of why he goes crazy actually fits better in the original game. But we'll talk more about that later.
these are highly classified research documents taken from the science department. Project G, degradation, and ancients. Interesting. You should take a look.
It is now an undisputed fact that the life form excavated from the earth is indeed of the ancient race spoken of in legend. Furthermore, history records that these ancients channeled the power of this planet to tear the earth asunder. Using the cells of the unearthed ancient, we have begun research on creating and mass-producing a race of comparable abilities. Primary objective of this research is to significantly reduce Mako excavation costs. So that's them accidentally thinking that Genova was an ancient. The heightened abilities of soldier members are maintained by a delicate balance of various genetic factors. A change in this balance could only be caused by a leak of genetic information, but this is not possible under normal circumstances. This phenomenon is unique to the soldier type G.
I'm getting woozy.
It was shortly before Genesis left. The wound was superficial, but for some reason, Genesis wasn't healing.
This is another really
the
cool
man
part.
who treated him was Hollander.
Professor Hollander, how is Genesis?
The problem is the Mako energy that seeped in through the wound.
Is it treatable?
First, he'll need a transfusion. You aren't viable.
Why couldn't I be the donor? A soldier, type G.
Yeah, one thing I've seen people saying is, like, the end of this game, or not even really the end, but, like, the Nibelheim flashback section of this game might be spoilers for the remake. I think that's a really silly thought, because the original is also spoilers for the remake. Like, the only way it's spoilers for the remake is if you've only played the remake in this game. Which seems like a bit of a stretch, but even if that's the case, one, you wouldn't understand all of the context, and two, the remake is its own thing and could easily change it if they want. And that's what's so great about the remake, is we don't actually know what's going to happen in the remake. So even if you know, you don't actually know. So that's kind of a silly take. You'd like us in the know, who have played the original 1,000 times and have gone through the lore over and over again, still don't know what's going to happen in the remake. So someone that has only played the remake part 1 and then now this game, it's not like they're going to have some like, oh, it was spoiled for me. Like, it's not even spoiled for us. You'd get a general idea of what's going to happen in the remake, but that only puts you in the same vein as everyone else who's played the original. So that's kind of a silly. I saw something about, there was some interview where they said, are you guys going to make Dirge? Are you going to do a Dirge remaster? And they said, if we do a Dirge remaster, it's going to spoil the remake. They said that. But Dirge happens literally right after 7. So I could see how they could say, like, the timing's kind of weird. If you're making part 1, 2, and 3 of the original story and then you randomly just make Dirge, it happens right after. So, like, yeah, I could see that. But that brings another interesting question that I thought of when I read that. Is that them saying that all these remakes are, or all these remasters are remake continuity? If Dirge spoils the remake, are they saying that if they were to remake Dirge, it would be remake? Or if they were to remaster Dirge, it would be remake continuity? Because if that's the case, then we would have to say that this is remake continuity. And I don't think it is. So That's kind of weird. But who knows? Who knows what they're thinking? I think they were just saying, like, it would be weird to make a game that takes place right after 7 when we're currently remaking 7. You know what I mean? Whereas here, this is just the PSP game. It's still original continuity. It's just the PSP game. Anything that you get out of this is just something you would get if you went and played the PSP game, which has existed for however many years now. So it's not like this is anything new and crazy. If you've never played the original game and never looked up the lore, then this will be new to you, but otherwise it's not new to anyone, so it's not ruining the remake in any way. But it almost sounds like if they were to remake or remaster Dirge, they would want it to be in remake continuity, or they had thoughts of remaking Dirge a long time ago, and then the remake, like, they decided not to or something. Like, there's something else interesting about why they said that. But right now, my opinion, my philosophy going into this is that because this is just the original script, this is original continuity. Now, in the remake continuity, could all of these events have happened? Yes. But it's not specifically remake continuity. This is just the original PSP game. It's still OG continuity. It has nothing to do with the remake, but it could have happened. All this could have happened in the remake. And Dirge is pretty much the same way. So.
Project G gave birth to the man we know as Genesis.
But I haven't finished the game yet.
Project G.
Project Genesis. Contrary to this report, Genesis showed clear signs of change.
Degrading?
Not only that,
Copies?
abominations.
Sephiroth.
Hollander, I thought I'd find you here.
You want to do something to me, eh? But then, who will stop Genesis and Angeal's degradation?
Genesis.
You won't take Hollander.
Zack, go.
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Way to stop him.
There is no hate, only joy, for you are beloved by the goddess.
Let's go, Narco.
Hero of the dawn, healer of worlds.
Loveless again. You never change.
3 friends go into battle. One is captured. One flies away. The one that is left becomes a hero.
A common story.
If we were to enact it, would I be the one to play the hero? Or would you?
It's all yours.
Indeed. After all, your glory should have been mine.
How petty.
In hindsight, perhaps. Now what I want most is the gift of the goddess.
Yeah, Sephiroth's hair is still really weird.
You won't get away. Where is Angeal? Tell me!
Yeah, see, we're still in the point where, like, him quoting Loveless makes sense.
Activating combat mode.
It's like, okay, I get it. Hasn't gotten ridiculous yet.
Conflict resolved.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
alright. Look at him go. Look at that run. look like Dr. Wily out here.
Conflict resolved.
The end.
How's it going, Daniel? The end. Yeah, I don't think we've talked since the Game Awards. I knew you'd be pretty excited for Armored Core. That Sly Fox. Wait, it was good to me.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Oh, wait, nope, just enemies.
Activating combat mode.
Take that. Later.
Conflict resolved.
Got him. Oh yeah.
Remember when there was enemies?
Activating
You
combat
watched a
mode.
lot of me figuring out the password.
The end.
Conflict resolved.
Later.
Truly a solid loot moment. Classic solid
Activating
loot
combat
moment.
mode.
Take that.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Activating combat
Yeah, I don't
mode.
know. I am genuinely happy for those who like the pixel remasters
Got him.
Conflict
that
resolved.
it is getting a physical
Oh
copy.
yeah.
But man, it is truly just so awful on their end.
Activating combat
So
mode.
Later.
what's the word I'm looking
Conflict
for?
resolved.
Oh yeah.
They're targeting the fans. Well, a lot of good words, but not the one I was looking for.
Activating combat mode.
Predatory. That was the word I was looking for. Incredibly predatory.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And it's a physical release. And there's a collector's edition.
Activating combat mode.
But the collector's edition is a joke, and the physical copy is $75.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
The silver lining is that we get Final Fantasy 1 through 6 with trophies, which is cool.
Activating combat mode.
They're the pixel remasters, which I'm not a fan of, but still, we do get Final Fantasy 1 through 6 with trophies. That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
And a physical copy is also really cool. But, you know, like Arco's sentiment is the perfect example. Like, it's so predatory. We know it's overpriced, and we're still gonna buy it. I won't. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. Not until it's cheaper. Because I don't have any. I'm not trying to rush that right now. Thanks to Fantathon. Thank you, Fantathon, for sending me through all the original games so that I don't feel inclined to buy this yet. Because I just played through them. But at some point, I will buy them, I'm sure, and get the plats. In fact, this is slight spoilers. So pretend like I never said this. It's not during Fantathon, so it's okay to say it. But I have plans after Fantathon of some kind of event where I potentially get all the Final Fantasy trophies. And if I do, then all these are going to be included. So, because they are Final Fantasy trophies. So, that might happen. But yeah, I will not be running to the GameStop to buy it at 75 bucks. Like, even for the sake of the stream to like show it to you guys, it's like not worth it. You already know what it is. It's the Steam games on a PS4 disc. I don't even need to do it for the sake of helping you guys make the decision. It's pretty obvious what it is. And some records, some vinyls. That's what you get. I want Fire Aga. Can I get Fire Aga? I can get Dark Fire Aga with Magic +7. I can get Fire Aga Blade. Spirit. I want Magic. This is the play. Dark Fire Aga with Magic +7. Ooh, baby. Now, can I get a better jump? Yeah, I agree. World of Final Fantasy plat actually was pretty good, surprisingly. Not my favorite game, but not a bad plat. Deathblade. Yeah, there was some stupid grindy stuff, but the rest of it was good. Vital Slash is good, but I don't want it yet. Do you think this game needed this treatment? Yes. This was the game that needed remastered more than any other Square Enix game. It was so difficult to play this game, and it was so difficult to play it in a...
Why am I going back?
Why am I going back? It was so difficult to get your hands on this game and play it in a reasonable way. And the only way to play it was on PSP. There was no other anything. So I've been a lot of people have been asking for this for a long time. And because of copyright disputes and stuff, they could never do it. So this was quite the shock that they did this. And it's very good.
Damn it! Out of my way!
Why am I going
Activating combat mode.
Wait, this guy's weak against Blizzard? That's not good. That's not good for him. Boom!
Brace yourself!
That was incredible.
Got him!
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah! Hollander, do you understand what you're doing? Working for Hollander now? What is it you're after?
World domination.
That's not even funny, man.
How about revenge?
For what? And Jill!
I've become a monster. A monster's objective is usually world domination or revenge.
You're wrong.
A pretty epic shot
Those
there.
aren't the wings of a monster.
Well then, what are they?
Angel's wings.
I see. Then what should an angel fight for, Zack? What do angels dream of?
Angel,
Angels dream of one thing.
please tell me.
To be human. Defend yourself!
Yeah, it's a pretty cool scene. I still love how the characters interact. Like, they really do feel like friends, the way they interact. It's not, like, awkward.
Tell me what happened.
Some of the better writing.
Mom? I want to help out a friend, but I don't know how I can do it.
Hello?
Hello?
Mom?
Hello? Hooray!
Heaven?
Not quite. It's a church. Hmm?
An angel?
No, I'm Aerith. You fell from the sky.
Blink, blink,
Huh?
blink.
Scared me.
So you saved me, huh?
Not really. Hello? That's all I did.
Thank you so much, Aerith. I'm Zack. I have to repay you somehow.
Don't worry about it.
No. Aha. Hey, how about one date?
What is that? Don't be silly.
Rip.
Stop. Don't step on the flowers.
Excuse me?
Normally, people are more careful with flowers.
Well, I guess I'm not normal. Oh. You don't see a lot of flowers in Midgar. They're like luxury items around here.
They only grow here. Although, I planted some outside my house too.
If I were you, I'd sell them.
Hmm?
Midgar is full of flowers, your wallet's full of money.
Midgar full of flowers. Wallet full of money?
The heck is money?
Never thought of it that way.
I live in the slums. I've never seen money. Yeah, it's definitely some of the best moments with Zack and Aerith. I mean, Zack and Aerith probably is the best part of this game. Their interactions. They do it in such a... like, not forced way. And Aerith's theme and Zack's themes are so good. Zack's theme they use a bit too much. But it's much better later. It's used much better later. And yeah, in terms of the voice actors, you know, you still have Brianna White, so she sounds really good. Seems like she might have been the only one that didn't phone it in for this. Because she still sounds good. We haven't heard Cloud yet, though. Do some more missions. Sure, why not? Final Fantasy 12 phone call voices. Yes, hello, this is my audition for the Final Fantasy 12 voice acting. It's me, Bosh!
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Activating combat mode.
Bring it on!
I think the megaphone would sound
Conflict
better.
resolved.
I don't remember them jumping like that. That's pretty incredible, though. Look at them go. Look at the shadow.
Activating combat mode.
I just want to see him run around. Boink, boink, boink.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
Hardest fight in the game. What are you guys talking about? I missed this conversation. Oh, the way Aerith, like, interacts with Zack? Well... I mean, I'm trying to think of, like, all the research I did for the in-depth of Aerith video. And from all the research I did, it feels as if they were kind of going for, like, love at first sight thing. So, in Before Crisis, she has all these lines where she's like, I wish I could leave Midgar and see the world, but I should stay here with my mom and the plants and the flowers. But she has all these lines where she's like, I want to leave and stuff. And so maybe in a way, Zack is like her ticket out of Midgar. And that's what kind of influences her to be more recepting of Zack right away. But I also think they were just kind of going for a love at first sight thing. And she's very, like, not receptive of Zack at the start. Like, she flirts with him, but she's very like, yeah, no, that ain't happening for the first couple lines. But then the thing that I noticed when I did the Aerith in-depth is that she very quickly goes from, nah, I'm not dating you, to like, yeah, I'll date you. Like 0 to 100 as soon as he buys the ribbon, which is like the next scene, I think. Like, pretty much the first scene after we leave the church is he buys her the ribbon, and pretty much she puts that ribbon on, and I think he puts some, like, mind control powers in the ribbon, because the second she puts the ribbon on, she's like, alright, I'm in. So, I don't know, she's materialistic or something, because as soon as she puts the ribbon on, he puts some, like, special Mako juice in the ribbon, because as soon as she put that on, she's like, I'm in. But I think it's a mixture of A, she wants to get out of Midgar, which they develop in Before Crisis, and B, they only had like 2 times where Zack goes to the slums to create their interactions, so they had to kind of rush it. She doesn't get much time with him in this game, so they had to kind of rush it. But I never found it too fast, honestly. In my opinion, I always thought it worked pretty well, especially, say this without spoilers, especially the scene where Zack comes back after the big event, and, you know, I talked about it in the In-Depth Aerith video. I'm sure you know what scene I'm talking about. I think that's like where they really cement it. So yeah, no, I never thought it was rushed, but I could see where you think it is.
Activating combat
Especially
mode.
because they kind of had to move it along quickly, because Zack does not get much time in the slums in this game. Wow, son. You and my Aerith.
Conflict resolved.
It's a PSP game, so a lot of the pacing is pretty quick. The only reason it feels like it's not quick is because I'm doing every mission before moving on, but if you don't do the missions, this game's over in like 8 hours and everything just goes super fast. So, but it's a PSP game, it makes sense. Ooh, Vitality up.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Wow, he tried.
Activating combat mode.
Out of the way.
I'm wondering if Cloud's voice actor sounds younger, or if he literally just sounds
Activating
like
combat mode.
Remake Cloud, which would be kind of weird. Ah, behind. Ruined.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah.
Can we get Puberty Cloud? Hey, Zack! Aren't you from Gungog?
Activating combat mode.
Take that. Take that. Later.
Conflict resolved.
Voice crack Cloud. You know, that is a good point. I actually think that Zack's battle voice acting is pretty good. It's like really only the cutscene voice acting that's not as good. It doesn't help that the script is the script. Which, to be fair, it's been pretty good so far. I kind of forgot how good it is up to this point. Like, it doesn't really get super goofy until later. I remembered it being pretty super goofy the entire time, but up to this point, I think it's been pretty good. The goofiness has been warranted up to this point.
Activating combat mode.
Ooh, Ooh, that full power Blizzaga blade. Boom. Boom. Okay, Dark Fire Aga though.
Conflict resolved.
I already got a pretty strong materia setup. Yeah, my only real issue is that the PSP animations, for the most part, haven't been updated. So it makes it look even goofier than the original. Everything looks really nice, but the animations are still wonky, so, like, it makes it look even goofier than the original. And cringier than the original.
Combat mode. Conflict resolved.
And unlike the remake, you know, like Baden is saying, unlike the remake, they don't really match the mouths either. The remake, they had localization. They had a lot more localization budget. They matched all the mouths and everything. But in this game, not so much. So it just, yeah. The cutscenes suffer a lot from that.
Activating combat mode.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that, but you're right. I don't think those markers were there in the original. It's a bit easier to find where you're going.
Conflict resolved.
That's just from the remake UI, but yeah, that's a good touch because you can get lost in these missions a lot. You have to bring up the map a lot. I haven't brought up the map like at all, really. The first couple missions I did, but after that, I haven't had to.
Activating combat mode.
No, there's no reason for me to do a full review. It's still the original game, just better.
Conflict resolved.
Oh yeah!
I could make a video where I just say, "Hey guys, it's good," but I don't.
Activating combat mode.
I'm not one of those YouTubers that does that. If I'm making a video, I want it to be for a reason. I don't want to waste people's time.
Activating combat mode.
I know that's crazy, but because I could make a video where I was just like, "Hey guys, it's good," and everyone would watch it, and I'd make money. But
Conflict resolved.
and what I mean by that is I could make like a 30-minute video where I basically just say it's good, but I stretch it out for 30 minutes.
Activating combat mode.
Because that's the YouTube classic, but those guys were weak against ice, by the way.
Conflict resolved.
Fire is just another version of ice. I don't remember how escaping in the PSP version worked, but I remember it was annoying. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. You can skip a lot of encounters by hugging the walls. 30 minutes of pretty good over and over again. I already have 100% progress on Tonberry. Because he's freaking... Actually, wait. Maybe all the summons just do that. Just sit at 100%. Because I have Odin too, I only got him once. I was gonna do something and I forget what it was. Oh yeah. I want to look at this. MP, attack, and magic, and adds lightning to attack. That's pretty neat. Just do a whole series where I review a bunch of games, but it's just a pretty good clip every time. I had a series a long time ago that never took off. I only did like one episode of it, I think. But I had an idea for a series called 1 Minute Reviews, where I reviewed games in 1 minute, and they were mostly like memes. They were more memeified than anything.
Conflict resolved.
But I never really did anything with it. But it was an idea I had a long time ago. Long time ago.
Activating combat mode.
Kind of like
Conflict resolved.
Later.
kind of like what video game Donkey does, where he just kind of like
Activating
memes the
combat
game,
mode.
but then kind of reviews it at the same time. That was kind of the idea.
Conflict resolved.
Not exactly the way he does it though. I didn't even
Activating
know.
combat
Out of the way.
I was like way before I even knew Donkey was a thing. Back in like 2009.
Conflict resolved.
So I wanna. There's like a bunch of chests in this map.
Activating combat mode.
I don't have any AP. Guess I'll just blow everything up with fire.
Conflict resolved. Activating combat mode.
Take that.
Bringing out the big guns. Prove your honor to me.
I got it.
I got it.
Oh
Conflict
yeah.
resolved.
Oh yeah. Where this last chest is. So I thought I went this way. I guess not.
Activating combat mode. Conflict resolved.
Lizard.